Hey guys, Patrick Batty here with another little training video, just something I learned yesterday and a little bit more research on this morning, and I thought I would share it with the world. I had a bit of a website review with my friend Ray Higdon yesterday, and Ray mentioned, well, a number of things that I've implemented already. But one of the things that he mentioned was I have a banner on my page where I have a giveaway offer. Yeah, you can see a banner right here. And what I was doing was when people clicked on that, it would just go to another web page and it would actually close out the home page, right? And that's an easy thing to change. But why would you even want to change it? And then more importantly, how do you do it in your sidebar widget area, which is an impossible task with standard WordPress functionality. So let me tell you a little bit about it. Let me explain a bit more and tell you what I'm talking about. There's a thing called bounce rate. Looking when people are on your website, if they kind of come to the page and leave real fast, you have a high bounce rate. They've not stuck around. In Google's estimation, that's a negative ranking factor because it means, well, people aren't finding your content valuable. Even if they find your content valuable, if you take them outside your website, maybe do a lead capture page somewhere else or whatever, you've just almost forced a high bounce rate when people do it. On my site, I have an intro video and an offer right here. Initially, again, I had that set so that it would go to a lead capture page that I've done with lead pages. But it would go right off the homepage. Well, for an image, first of all, it's very easy when you put your image on your page and then you put a link to the image. In the image settings, you can say, basically, open it in a new page or open a new tab or window. Very easy setup, okay? That's easy. Wherever you're putting your image, you can do that. It's a standard WordPress function, okay? And I've done that. So if I click on this now, it keeps my initial page open and takes people to my document, okay? My opt-in form, all right? So that's great. That's a simple thing to do. The trickier thing to do is this, and this is what I had to do some digging on, and it's just as important because, again, it enforces a high bounce rate. If you have your images like an opt-in page on a sidebar widget, if you're familiar with WordPress, you know what widgets are. The code for widgets don't have anything to allow it to open a new tab. They will simply go to that page. So again, you will have that similar bounce effect. But there's a little trick that I learned today that I'm going to share with you right now on how you can deal with that. And all you have to do is simply create a post, a new post inside of your dashboard. And I'm just going to go to my recent posts. And you create a draft post. Draft means it's not published to the world, but it's inside your site, okay? And you create a draft post, just like this. And I use a composing tool called I use a thing called Visual Composer to create, to lay out my site. However, if you're using even the standard WordPress, fill in your post, type in your text and that kind of thing, you're going to have two options. You're going to have a visual mode and then a text mode, okay? So what you do is you create a new post, you put your image in. Again, now I'm using Visual Composer. This may not look familiar to you, but if you're using the draft mode or the standard WordPress mode, you just put your image, the image that you want on that widget on the inside of your page. And then you set inside your image, and it's the same functionality with Visual Composer. Let me just show you. It just looks, it just looks a little different. One sec. Here you have your image, you upload your image. So there's your image, and you will, again, in your editor, you'll put the link, okay, and so forth, to that image. Okay. You're going to put the link where that image is going to go to, and then you save your post. Okay. You don't publish your post. Then what you do though, and this is what's really kind of cool. If I go to my classic mode, this is kind of what your post would look like if you were editing in classic mode. You go to your text area here where you get your text copy of your HTML text. And that's what it, looks like. Well, this is with short codes. It's not quite standard HTML, but all you do is you copy that, and then you go into a widget wherever you're putting your image on your sidebar. So if I go into Appearance Widgets, and let me just wait till it navigates, and I'll go to on my single post area widget. I look at my widgets, and what I do is I just copy or save that code that I just copied from the post area, the text area, save it there. So you're saving that standard HTML code that is then going to the page you created and will open it in a new post. So, or in a new tab. So it means that you've just faked out WordPress a little bit. You don't even have to publish that post. It remains unpublished. But if I then navigate back to my sidebar in my blog, and again, you can't do it in a standard widget, but when I do that, it now opens it up in a new tab. What it does then is it also is leaving, though, the blog page or the home page or wherever it is that you're putting it, it's leaving that open. People can then opt in, they can get the information that you're giving, and yet they're still on your website, okay? And they then can still find your website, navigate the website, see the rest of your stuff. So all you have to do it is create, in summary, a draft post. In that draft post, you add your image. In the image settings, when you add an image, you can create a link and have it go to a new, open up in a new window, and save that code in your draft post. Copy that code to your widget area, and it'll function just like WordPress had it built in. It's kind of a thing that just WordPress hasn't dealt with. It's a little bit of a trick. It works, and it means that your bounce rate will remain low because the website's open longer, and people will be able to navigate to your giveaway and yet remain on the site as opposed to going to somewhere entirely different. So quick little tip. I hope I explained it clearly. If not, feel free to message me or ask questions in YouTube. Leave a comment, and I'll do what I can to help you. Patrick Batty, my website's Patrick Batty Online. I hope you learned something today. My focus is affiliate marketing for baby boomers. I teach that daily. I add more material to my website pretty much daily. And I hope that gives you a little info, and hope it helps you out. All the best, Patrick Batty. We'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.